This podcast, bussin'.
Welcome to this.podcast. I'm your friendly host, Jay, joined by my friend. We got Cole and Uncle Damo's out. Shout out to the incredible Lawrence and Larimer for providing the space. You can catch them at 3225 East Colfax Avenue, or you can go to lawrenceandlarimer.com and get your fall wear. And you can catch us on all major streaming platforms or video on YouTube.
Man, what you think Damo doing right now?
Where the hell is Damo?
Man, he always on vacation. Like, I don't know why. He's a director, so you would think he's real busy and doing things, but every other week he's on vacation, man.
And I ain't never seen somebody diversity, equity, and inclusion travel this much.
I haven't
What you
either.
traveling for?
I know.
This dude.
You're supposed to be helping the people.
I wasn't big enough guest for Damo.
Oh, no, you wasn't.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it. I'll find
That's how he be stunting, man.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
So let's get right into it, man. Without further ado, the voice that you're listening to is, oh, man, Colorado legend. Denver legend.
He's smooth, ain't he?
Smooth.
Smooth.
Park Hill
Yeah, crazy.
legend.
Man, first to have a tat.
Come on, man. This man, you might know him as Smooth, King of the Hill, Chauncey, CB4, Mr. Big Shot, but most important, coach and leader of the Portland Trailblazers. Welcome, Chauncey Billups, to the show, man.
Yes,
we are glad to have you.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Just for y'all, man. And I know Damo's not here, but for all of y'all, bro, y'all doing a good job, man. Y'all doing a hell of a job, and watched a few of them. Proud of y'all, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Chauncey, that means a lot to us, man.
Real rock.
We trying to put the stories out there, you know, because things are changing in Denver, but, you know, we're the originals, and we got to make sure our story's out there, you know, before, because we part of history. You're a part of that history, man.
Yeah, sure.
So we definitely had to get you. And we've been manifesting this since we had the pod. Like we were saying, all right, we're going to get guests.
Yep.
You was number one.
Starred.
We like, when we get that,
Starred.
we there.
Starred.
Yeah.
Starred.
It's all good. It's
But
all
Cole,
good.
we got to let the people know how it transpired, all right?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So we know you're busy, man. And, you know, the coolest thing about you is you down to earth and you for the people.
The same.
The same. You have no secretaries. I've been communicating with you just back and forth. So it's like no third party. It's just, Kane, hit me up. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I caught Chance is we were at the Pro-Am game.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Shay Kelly doing her thing with the Pro-Am.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody told me Chance was in the stands. And I was like, what? Because they didn't know I knew him personally.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I got to go holler at my dude. So I go holler at him, and this is how good he is. Because I already think in the back of your mind, he was like, all right, I already told him that I'm coming on the pod. I just haven't had a chance to contact him.
Mm-hmm.
So we chopping it up. We get, hey, how's the family doing, blah, 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 Cole.
Mm-hmm.
And before I could even ask him, he was like, hey, man, I'm going to come by and do your little thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Say less. Say less.
Yeah.
Say less.
I was happy,
Say less.
but he got me on the little thing
Well,
because
yeah.
I was like, did he just cut me under? Because, you know,
Nah, I
this
ain't
my
cut you
pod
under,
was
bro.
my
I ain't
did
cut
my
you
little
under, bro.
thing. But
Shit,
that's
I
how
ain't cut
smooth
you
he
under,
is,
bro.
man.
Shit, I ain't cut you under, bro.
Man, shit. You king of the hill, man.
Nah.
Shit, say less.
That's what I said. I was like, man, you can say whatever you want. You coming on the pod and you doing us a solid, man.
I'll
say
never do
less.
that to y'all, bro. I'll
Hell
never
yeah.
do that to y'all. I know my time is always limited. You know, I'm in town for 2-3 days here, there. I never know when, but I knew my September schedule, and that's why I was like,
Yep, you told me.
bruh, if we could do it one of these 2 days, I got you. If not, I'm gonna have to catch you next summer. You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked out.
I am too, man. So
Is we turned on? Is we turned on?
we turned on, man.
Okay, just got to make sure.
I had to make sure for this one. 'Cause sometimes we fumble over around here, Chance. We be
15,
15
20 minutes
in,
in.
we
like,
ain't even got
we
it.
ain't even turned this. We ain't even turned
Ooh,
this board
yeah,
on.
turn us on, man.
Nah, we good. We good, man. But just want to start from the beginning, man, because there's so much history with you here, and you know, getting into basketball, the amazing things that you've accomplished. It all started at Skyland,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and for you specifically, I think you were unique because we knew you had the skills, right? You was like when you was in 8th grade is the first time I knew of you. And when I saw you, it was just like, yo, he already like 6 foot.
Yeah.
You know, he's a specimen. Like, he's got the package. But what I think people don't know is how much you love ball and just the amount of work that you put in to go with the gift, right, of like your physicalness, but you put in mad work to have the skill. Can you just talk us through that of how you got the love and the things you were doing behind the scenes that people weren't seeing?
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I for real, like football was my first thing. I loved football. Loved it. Played it first, and the truth of the matter is I only started playing basketball because there was nothing to do when football season was over.
Yeah.
And you know, in the hood, idle time is not good time.
Nope.
Right.
Shit can happen.
Absolutely.
And so I only started playing basketball because I needed something to do when football season was over. So then, boom, I started hooping. And I was young, and I was pretty good at a young age. I was big. I was tall. I was tall for my age.
Yeah.
So I was playing both. And like you said in 8th grade, when you finally heard of me, I only stopped playing football. I had a conversation with my mom one day because we was just talking, whatever, and I told her I wanted to go to college.
Got it.
And nobody in my family obviously never been to college.
Yeah.
And so she told me that day, she was like, well, I want you to go to college too. But you're going to have to get a scholarship because we can't afford to send you to college.
Yeah.
Got it.
So at that moment, I said, damn, I got to choose basketball or football.
Yeah.
I was much better in basketball than I was in football.
Yeah.
And so that's when I said, all right, cool. I'm done playing football, but that was seventh going 8th when I quit playing football.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going all. I got to go. I got to go all in. If I really want to go to college, I didn't even have aspirations of being a pro. At that time, I just wanted to go to college.
Be the first to go.
I want to be the first one to
Got
go to
it.
college. I want to play ball. I want to get to college. So pro wasn't even on my mind, bro. Like at that time, I really barely even watched the NBA that much. I'm watching college because that's what I was aspiring to do. And so, man, I just went all in with it. And I'm talking about all day. You know, you talk about Skyline and being there. I'm walking from my house, center opening at 9.
Yeah.
I'm leaving my crib 8:30. I'm walking there. I'm getting there at 9. Shit closing at 6. That's when I'm leaving.
Wow.
And I'm doing everything. I ain't just hooping all day. I'm doing everything. Everything the center has to offer.
Yep.
Right.
I'm playing dominoes with the old. I'm doing everything.
Oh,
I'm
man.
playing
Take it
football.
back.
I'm in the back. We fighting. We doing everything.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Everything the center has to offer.
Yep.
Every day.
Yep.
All summer.
Yep.
Every year.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, I'm the type of person, man, that I'm just a worker. I just always been a worker, bro. And I always felt like that was gonna be my edge. Like, even if a dude is as good as I am, he ain't gonna work as hard as me.
Yep.
So when he see me, he gonna realize he wasn't working as hard as me.
Man.
So I always had that mentality, bro. Always. And it just it's led through my entire life.
Man,
Yeah.
Chauncey was crazy, man. Like, just hearing you talk, man, you struck a chord in me. And the chord you struck, man, is I tell this to all the kids at the Pirates. You know, I tell them about my experience of being a Pirate and growing up in Park Hill. And when you talked about being at the center from 9 till the close, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said, yo, I didn't just participate in basketball. I didn't just work on my game. I participated in everything that the center had to offer. So what I tell the parents and I tell the kids, I say, yo, when I grew up, you had 2 sets of people in Park Hill. You had people because Skyland was the epicenter.
Mm-hmm.
The Holly was like the heartbeat of Park Hill at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That brought everybody together.
Holly, Dahlia, then maybe Fairfax, but Holly. And you had people who took advantage of Skyland. They took advantage of the resources. They took advantage of the relationships. They took advantage of what was being provided inside the rec. And just quite frankly, man, those people kind of are doing all right. But the people who decided not to take advantage of those resources in the rec, that took advantage of everything outside the rec, I'm not saying that they had a chance to turn their life around, but they kind of got off to a rocky start. And like, that's the role that Skyland played for all three of us. You know what I mean? Because we made the conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm going to listen to the Horace Kearneys. I'm going to listen to the Harry Hollands.
Right.
I'm going to listen to
Right.
the Herman Whites.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And take advantage of what's inside this center. And, man, look what it birthed.
Absolutely. And that's amazing that you said the community, right? Because that, to your point, Cole, that's what we all have in common. That's what brought us together. That's the brotherhood of like, yo, of course I'm coming to your pod. You know what I mean? It's because it's more than just, you know, being on a pod. It's like, now we go back, you know, even though like we don't communicate like on the daily, but the love and the bond is just
Still
there. You know what I mean? So that's what's so dope about this. And, you know, I want to say one thing about, and this talks about your coaching a little bit, and I don't want to jump the gun, but I remember just how much love and patience you had for others, right? Because when you would work out, you had this game, I don't know what it was, or this little training thing of, you remember you would run elbow to elbow, you would start at 7, and you had to hit a shot, and you have to go, sideline to elbow, hit a shot, you go down 1, but if you miss, you go up 2. I was working out with this dude one time. I must have got up to like 20, right? And I got to a point where I was like, all right, man, I'm done. Chaz was like, nah, man, you gonna finish this out. And like, you know, him at that level, he could have just been like, nah, I'm out. Okay, yeah, you could go on, Kane, you good. He sat there with me. It took me probably like 15, 20 minutes for my go to get all the way down to 0. And just the appreciation of that, because you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
You stuck around, had patience for this kid that was like, yeah, man, I don't know what you're going to turn out to be. I could leave now. You know what I mean? I could be selfish and I'm out. But nah, you was like, nah, I'm here with you, man. You going to finish this. So let's go. You know, he was like looking at the clock, but he was there with me, man. Yeah. And that just speaks to your whole personality and what you've done so far, which is awesome.
Bro, that's who I am, man. You know, that's who I am. I never changed. Y'all all know that. Y'all been knowing me. We grew up together. So no matter what I done experienced, bro, I never changed. I'm the same dude regardless, whether I was struggling in my career or hoisting a trophy or whatever. I was always the same, bro. Like always, even now. So,
man, Chauncey, what keeps you grounded, man?
I just know that I've always just known, bro, that like I grew up with so many people, you know, that some chose streets, some chose football, basketball, whatever. But literally, we was all at a crossroads at one point, at that fork in the road. And, man, I could have went the other way. Yeah. It was right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was literally right there. And for some reason, God chose me, you know, to go the other way. I don't get the credit for that. I don't know. You know what I mean? I knew I loved this. But, man, I could have went either way. So I'm just so thankful and grateful, bro. Yeah. So I never took the credit for that. I just know that you can't control fate. He chose me, and I'm always going to, like, try to do what's right because of that.
Is there any, so let me ask you this, is there any survivor's guilt? So, I say that in this context. I hear Mike Tyson all the time say, dude, I came from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen hundreds of guys that was just like me or better than me.
Right.
Why me?
Yeah. We when I say we, you know, people that make it out of inner cities, you're always going to have some of that. You're always going to have some of that. I mean, I would say earlier in my career, it was a little more prevalent. You know, I came home, I'm in the hood every day, you know. When I come home in the summertime, I could be anywhere in the world. I wanted to be in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so, you have a little bit of that, Court, for real. But at the end of the day, when you start to mature, you start to have kids, you start to really realize what's important. And then I always say to myself, like, all of us had the same opportunities. We all grew up in the same neighborhood, same block, same coaches, same everything.
Yep.
I chose to go harder than most everybody. They didn't choose that.
Yeah.
Right.
So at the end of the day, like, why would I feel bad that they didn't choose that? I can't let that keep holding me down. And so once you get a little older, you start having kids, having family, you got a wife, you got all this, then you start to realize I live for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, but that's a great question, bro. And it happens with everybody that is fortunate enough to make that leap.
Man.
That's dope, man. Because when I had Rodney and Sean on here, I said, I made this statement. I said, you fucked it up for a lot of people in the hood. And what I mean by that is that you made it look so easy you had the whole hood thinking we can all make it, which is awesome. Like, we can all get there.
Man, let's keep it real. Everybody went to George because Chauncey went to
Come on,
George. He
man.
was successful. Won state championships with D1, went to the NFL. Now, I would say, I don't know, maybe a little after Rodney.
Yeah.
George had that run where it was like,
solid
yo,
run.
I'm going to George because I'm going to
Follow in
Chauncey.
Chauncey's footsteps. And to what you just said, I don't think people realize when you break it down and the hard work is sacrifice there, right? So you gave up, like, whatever it was, like, you know, being in the streets, hanging out, going, you know, to house parties or, you know, whatever we do as far as, you know, having a good time. You was like, nah, I'm going to put that hard work in the gym because I live and breathe this. Like, this is what I do. And I think that's what gets missed a lot is, like, if you want to make it to that 1% or that 0.5%, because that's where you're at as far as a ball player, it's like, nah, man, there's hours of this. This is sacrifice, you know, in order to get there.
Bro, it's a real sacrifice. You know, I've lost a lot of shit in the process. Friendships. You know, a motherfucker's just like on some, damn, dude is different, you know.
Right.
I'm not different.
No,
I'm just focused.
Yeah.
But because I don't want to do what you want to do, you lose that. You lose time. You lose we kicking it. You lose a lot of that. My whole thing was if I can stay healthy enough, which I can't control.
Yep.
The things that I know I can control, I'm going to work so hard, man, that whenever my time comes, whatever I missed, bro, I'm going to be able to do that times a million.
Yep.
You know?
Right.
So sacrifice that. You know, I'm good. I ain't missing out. Even in college, like, I didn't go out. 10:30, 11 at night, bro, I'm in the gym.
That's what I
In
mean.
the gym, bro, because I know everybody out.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in the gym, dog, and when I see them, they're going to know I was in the gym. But that was my edge. Like, that's how I always thought. That's what I always did.
But so, did you feel pressured? Like, granted, you have the love for the game, right? But this is from the outside looking in. I can't speak on how you perceived yourself. But for someone like me watching you, you were always the focal point. So did you ever feel a pressure to say, dog, I got to do the extra?
I never felt that. Court, I never felt that, man. I just felt like with the gifts that God gave me, if I actually committed and put the work in, like, I don't think about the pressures and all that. I just think about when I get out there, somebody in trouble.
Yeah.
And so everything else come with that. You know, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do it every night the best I can.
Yeah.
But I don't think about the pressures and, damn, what if I don't, or what if I don't, that shit don't even be on it don't be on my plate, bro. I don't even think about that. I do the best I can, and then whatever happens just happens. So
Yeah.
I never was on that, bro. I never think about the pressure of that. That's period in life. That's in one game. That's in everything. I don't be on that.
Man, Chance, I gotta ask you, man, just kind of drilling in on high school.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 91 or 92 you won your first chip?
93.
93.
Okay, so here's my question. Favorite team, 93 or was it 94?
Yeah, we won both years.
Yep.
We won both years.
Favorite team, 93 or 94, and why?
That's a good question, dog. I would say I would probably say 94, actually. I think 93 was a better team.
Yeah.
That was with Whiteside, right?
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah,
Fred,
you,
you.
Whiteside,
Ebony.
Kent Horiachi.
Yeah.
We that was a better team, but I would say the 94 team was probably my favorite team out of those two because we had a tougher hill to climb. You know, we wasn't supposed to, like, 93. They couldn't really do nothing with us. But 94, doing it again is always tough. We graduated some really good players.
Yeah. Billy Hessel, Derek White.
No, Billy Hessel was on that 94 team.
Billy was on the 94
Oh,
team.
he was on the 94 team.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
He was on the 94 team, but like Ebony, you know, the heart of our team, Freddie.
Yeah.
Ebony.
Got it.
Kent Horiachi was on the team for a little bit, but Mageisha.
Yeah.
We had those were the seniors, but they were kind of the harder team too. So having to do it again was hard, man. It was hard. It was a hard year.
Because they gunning for you, right? They
gunning for you, bro.
But Sean,
We was
target.
younger. We was younger too.
Chance, y'all had. You remember Lewis? What happened to Lewis? Yo. Honestly, this is Denver shit right here. What happened to Lewis?
Bro, I don't know. Yo, Lewis was wild. He was just too wild, man. He could. First of all, he never was gonna be eligible.
They have facts.
How tall was he?
This dude should have been a pro.
He's
How tall
like
was he?
6'8".
No, he was 6'7", 6'8".
And versatile.
Had game. But he should have been a pro. But unfortunately, there are a million stories like his.
Yeah.
But that dude, if he would have played,
That's what I'm saying.
it would have been. I mean, it would have
That'd
been
been nuts.
It would have been too
Hey,
easy.
how much y'all beat North by that year? Was it 100
I
points?
think 101.
Or look at that.
124 to 23.
Is that the one where you pulled up right from the tip?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I
But
think
I
Man.
felt bad after that game, though, bro. Like,
But the stuff you was doing, man, like we never saw that in our life.
Man,
like
Chauncey
that
bounced
was,
the ball off of many heads.
Man, he was come on, man, bouncing the ball off the head, pulling up from half court, like, and this is before like it was a thing. Like you was doing that at. It was amazing just to be like, yo, we coming to see this guy do what he does, because we know he's destined for the league, man. He's destroying cats.
You know what's so funny about it is that the high school season was just so fun for me. Like, it was all fun for me.
Yeah.
I was gearing up for the summertime.
Got it.
The high school season was like the preseason for me.
Gotcha.
Because, you know, it was just too easy. Summertime was my real season because that was when I got to go Vegas, New York, Chicago, wherever, and see the dudes that's supposed to be the dudes.
Right.
That's where I geared my whole year was geared for the summertime.
Gotcha.
High school season was just fun for me. But the summertime is where I knew I needed, that's where I had to go make my name at.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so a lot of the shit that I was doing in high school games, I'm throwing off of people and all that, like I was a lot more serious in the summertime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're playing against a different caliber player too, you know, and that was the only way I was going to make my mark is to go and do what I do elsewhere, you know.
Can we stay there? Because, like, how did you know, like, at that age, like, okay, who was helping you to, like, lock in to be like, yo, I'm going to be playing, like, real the creme de la creme competition to like get my game right, because there was nobody out here that could push you like that. You know what I mean? To get you to that level.
I was in 8th grade, and I played with a team from here. We played in this BCI tournament in Phoenix. And at the time, y'all will remember this, we didn't have social media, so you found out who the best players in the country was on the Street and Smith magazines.
Yep, Street and Smith. Yep.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
at the time, Stephon Marbury is the best player in our class, 8th grade. From the 6th grade on, he was the guy. I never met him. I never nothing. I just read about him. So he playing New York. He's playing for the Gauchos.
Yep.
Well, they're in this tournament. It's in Phoenix. Bruh, I am so excited. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, bam, we face them in the championship game.
Denver.
Never met them, the Denver team.
Denver versus NY.
Oh, we was
Let's
cracked.
talk
We
about
was
it. Let's
cracked.
talk. I got a
We
cousin
was
in New
cracked.
York
We was
right now.
cracked
Let's talk
heads.
about it.
So we play them in the championship game. Him, Shamgod on the team.
There we go.
A couple other guys. They was nice.
Right.
Man, this game was so epic. They beat us in overtime. I had 41. Steph had 39. After the game, he came to me. We met for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was like, "Bro, you the best player I ever played against." He hugged me, kissed me on the cheek.
Wow.
Best player I ever played against.
Wow.
Chauncey, let me stop you.
Denver legend right here.
It's crazy.
My cousin in New York, he called me today. I told him, I said, "Yo, man," because I had been telling him about you since '95.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because your dad knows my Uncle Earl, who went to school with your dad and moved out to New York City.
Right.
And that's literally how I have family in New York City. And he was like, "Yo, ask Chauncey about Shamgod." And now, you beat me to the punch. Like, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, they hear this naturally come out.
I heard it organically. And, dude, he told me to ask you specifically. He said, "Yo,
About Sham.
ask Chauncey about Shamgod."
Sham was all that. Sham was all
He was that dude.
He was all that. I never seen nobody could dribble like this dude. They do stuff that, we wasn't seeing.
Right.
But I wasn't about to be in all that shit. I wanted action.
Right.
We could be friends later.
Yeah.
But he was all that. And Steph was as good as Avatar. He was as good as they saying he was. It was legit.
Right.
He was all that. So, to answer your question, when I had that experience, that's when I knew that's what I'm going to be seeing in the summertime.
Got it.
And that's what they about to be seeing in the summertime.
Me.
From here on out.
Monster.
You know what I'm saying? From
Absolutely.
here on out, this is how I got to show up.
Yeah.
And so I took the summer so serious, man. I was so serious in the summertime, bro. I was never home. I was never here. I played on the Oakland Soldiers one year. I'm playing everywhere. I'm playing wherever.
So like
Sham,
Cali
wanted me to play
teams,
with them
like
one year.
got it. Okay.
Man.
I'm everywhere, bro, because I'm how else? And nobody's coming
you're
here
right.
to see. Ain't nobody coming here.
No,
I
absolutely.
played with Chauncey.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. I played with Chauncey
In Memphis, right?
in Memphis. And they was hating on me, too. They was like, "How the fuck you get here?" Like, it's so fast.
Right. Just an athlete.
Because I'm just an athlete out here. Right. And I fucked around, and I just have I out-athleted all you niggas.
Yes.
That's why I'm on the team with Chauncey, Jamal, Eric
That was
Dow.
a fun tournament, bro.
And was Ron Mercer in that tournament?
Yeah.
And I remember, I never forget, Chauncey, I never forget. You know, it's crazy when you're in it, like you're in it, so you're not really in tune to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now I remember that's the first time I was like, dog, I watched Chauncey throw the ball behind another nigga's back. Get the ball, grab it, turn around, step back, and shoot it deep in the nigga's face. And you know, the one thing I can say about Denver, man, is when you go off to college, first thing people say, like, is there black people in Denver? Like,
Right. And that's the first thing.
But every time we go somewhere, we represent. Like, yo,
We hold it down, man.
the Gauchos and what's the other squad out there? My cousin played for them.
Riverside.
in Riverside
Church.
are the two biggest inner city organizations in New York City.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chauncey's like, dude, Steph had 39, I had 41. And we went into overtime. This is from Denver.
Gotta respect it. Come on now.
Yeah, no, that was big, bro. That was so much fun, and that was big. That was big.
So let's fast forward because we're gonna talk about CU.
Yeah.
But let's talk about when you're in the league, right? Because for you, that was a bit of a transition because to your point, every team you've been on, you pretty much had to carry from not only handling the ball, but also a scoring perspective. So you were kind of like, early in your career, you were like a combo. Like you really couldn't truly be a point guard because I just think the talent to support you wasn't there where I could, give it to this dude and, he's going to do the work and just give you a chance to breathe and just naturally be a point guard. So you had to kind of do it all.
Yeah.
When you drafted third pick, again, you know what I'm saying? Denver. Boston with Rick Pitino put you in a tight predicament because just Rick Pitino, first time going from college to, or at least at that time, straight to college to pros.
Yeah.
And he was trying to bring that aspect of coaching college, like pressing and all that, to the NBA level, which didn't work well, right? But tell us the first time you stepped out on that floor. You played the Bulls, right? 15, 7, and 5 and 2. I think you. Yeah. Anyway, going to work, and the man is out there.
Yeah.
Tell us about that feeling of like being on the court with MJ as a legend, everything he is.
Yeah.
And then getting your shit off.
That was crazy, bro. That was crazy. Being drafted, first of all, was crazy. I remember when I announced that I was going to come out, they had me projected from 9 to 15.
Okay.
And I'm like, what other point guards what are y'all talking about?
Right.
So now, but I need that. I always needed that.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. Is I'm saying, okay, what the other point? Okay, Jacques Brown, Reverend Knight, Antonio Daniels. I'm looking at all the dudes, and I'm like, when can I work out against them?
Right.
If that's what, okay.
So
that's
what
just
y'all
always
saying.
what I've been on. And so I'm like, I ain't gonna be no 9 to 15. And so when, they had the draft lottery or whatever, and obviously Tim Duncan was gonna be the number 1 pick, no matter who got the pick.
Yeah.
Right.
So they have it, boom, it's San Antonio, Philly, Boston, Vancouver, Denver. So I'm like, there's no way I'm sliding past Denver at 5.
Yeah.
Right.
They just had one of the worst seasons ever. They don't have no point guard, so
no
way I'm slipping past that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I ain't banking on that. I'm like, where these dudes at? I need to see these dudes. I want to work out against these dudes.
Right.
And so they all turned down workouts against me.
Wow.
Nobody would work out.
You was too big.
Against me.
Pause.
And so the thing is, I had one workout. And it was like I was by myself. My trainer was doing it. All the GMs and everybody was there. And, like, they were like, we want to see him do this, or we want to see him do that. But nobody would work out against me.
Wow.
So I didn't get the chance to do that. But going 3 was incredible, man. It was incredible. My workout was great. My interviews was great. Everything was cool. So I went 3. I'm excited.
Right.
Boston, story franchise, whatever, it was beautiful. Pitino, he was different. He was different, but I learned a lot from him. But he did. He wanted to play the college game. It was just tough in the pros. It just didn't work.
What was the disconnect, Chauncey?
The disconnect, well, the pro game was just too smart, It was just too, we was pressing from the jump ball. We pressing and shit. They just passing through that shit, dunking on. We like, damn, dog. Like,
no, it's relevant because a lot of
these
college coaches struggle when they go to the next level.
Yeah, and he did, and he signed a big deal. He was the GM and the coach.
He was.
And so there was a lot of pressure on him, to win in Boston.
Right.
You got the 3rd pick, 6th pick, Antoine Walker. You got, there was pressure on him. So it was just tough. It was really tough. I struggled early. Even though I played good in that first game, I played good a lot, but I never had the chance to really rock out.
Right.
That's fair. I'm a rook. I ain't tripping. But it was good for me, and I felt like it was just work to me. You just back to the drawing board. It was just work. I ain't tripping. I'm gonna be there.
Right.
I always felt that way, even when it looked tricky. I always felt that way. And I just went to work, bro. I just went to work, and it became all good. But I remember when I remember the day he traded me. He came. We was in Sacramento maybe, and my agent had already hit me like, yo, they about to do the move, whatever. So me and Rick talked, and he was like, man, you're gonna be a good player. We drafted you for a reason, but I've always just been a big fan of Kenny Anderson.
Okay.
In New York.
Yeah.
Rick's in New York. Yeah. Kenny A. Is Kenny A.
Gauchos, right?
Absolutely.
Kenny A played for Gauchos.
Yeah, Gauchos, yeah.
So he was like, we got a chance to get Kenny. We're going to have to do it, whatever. So I went to Toronto. Damon Stoudemire went to Portland. And then Kenny went to Boston. That was the trade.
Gotcha.
And I was happy as hell because I wanted to get the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Toronto, it was cool. We was a bad team, but they was letting me rock. I was hooping.
Yeah.
It was all starting to feel like, So I'm thankful and grateful for those early struggles that I had in the league. It really set me up for what ended up happening,
right.
in my career.
Man, Chauncey, so at what point did you really feel, game-wise, that you were settled in? But to the NBA, to where you said, you know what? I'm comfortable. I feel like the game is slowing down for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I belong.
I would say when I was in Minnesota is when, so boom, obviously it was Boston, Toronto, then I went to Toronto, and then I got traded here.
Right.
And then I played Minnesota, but when I remember getting hurt here, that was probably the toughest time in my career.
Wow.
I'm about to be a free agent.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find myself. I get hurt. I'm out for the year.
Hurt your shoulder again? Got it.
Tore my shoulder up, out for the year. And I'm like, damn, dog, I'm for real on the mat. I really got to get off the mat for real.
Yeah.
And so, I get healthy. I signed with Minnesota. It was perfect. I finally had some good veterans that poured into me.
Who?
Terrell Brandon, who was the starting point guard at the time. Now I'm backing him up.
He was nice. He was nice.
He was incredible. He was so
nice.
Missouri?
smart, bro. No, he went to Oregon.
Oregon. Okay.
Got him.
He was so smart, bro. He is here. The whole mental. It was.
Yeah.
And Sam Mitchell. Two dudes poured into me like nobody's business, bro.
And Sam was a vet at that time. He was on his way out.
Yeah. In what ways though? If they pour into
Terrell, my locker was right next to his.
Okay.
Everything we did, he taught pick and roll reads, coverages, reading defenses. We watched film together. Every single thing together. Worked out together. Everything. Little shit like this. I remember one game. Man, Terrell was balling like it's halftime. KG obviously is our best player. And the way they playing us, the schemes that they playing us, they trying to take ticket away, so Terrell's shots are open. So Terrell come in, he got like 14 and 9 at the half. But he mad though. I'm like, bro, what's up with you? He was like, we gonna have a hard time winning this game. I said, what you talking about? You killing them.
Right.
He's like, if I come in this locker room and our best player, who averages like 24, 11, and 6, if he ain't halfway to all of them numbers, I ain't doing my job. And that night, KG was like, he had like 8, and he was struggling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For KG.
Right.
Well, he took that personal. That was on him as the point guard. So all the way down to shit like that, as I'm like, damn, I would have been happy with that 14-9 at the half.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm out here.
Because I'm doing my thing.
So just mentality, all of that, flipped to Sam Mitchell. Everything from how you dress, you know, I'll be like, he old head, so every time we on the road, he like, yeah, I got this little business meeting, this lunch meeting. I'm like, fuck you be doing on these meetings? He said, you know what?
Same way we think
Come
about
with
Damien.
me.
Yeah.
Come with me.
Yeah.
So he'll let me come with him. Boom, I'm just sitting back, kind of fly on the wall. He really having meetings. You know what I mean? He's setting up his after career, business opportunities. He talking to these people. So all of that. So basketball, off the court, all of that. Them two dudes. I give them so much credit. So once, bam, I got myself back healthy. I'm straight. I get all this game. I said it's over.
And I remember that. I remember that because once you got yourself healthy, y'all make it to the playoffs. I don't know if Terrell Brandon got hurt.
He got hurt.
Is that what happened? And then you started to come into your own.
Yep.
And I remember that because you was balling. You was doing your thing. You looked, the game slowed down.
Yep.
Like you was there. I was like, yeah, my guy's there. You know what I mean? And then after that, because I know your time's short, and I want to make sure we get this out because this is important.
We get to it. You make your way to Detroit, right? And I don't want to jump the gun, but that's when Mr. Big Shot, like you was there. Like, yeah, you had Denver on your back. You had Detroit on your back, and you was just balling. And you shocked the world. Y'all shocked the world 2004, playing the Lakers. You doing your thing. This was funny about Chauncey. He had the mustache, like he was like that El DeBarge mustache, and he was looking smooth. He looking Had
smooth.
that stash, baby.
And he giving GP work, any Derek Fisher, pick and rolls, blow bys, everything. I watched the highlights the other day, man, and it was just amazing, the show that you put on.
Yeah.
Tell us about that feeling once you made the path to the finals and then did what you did. Like, what was it? Like, take us through that.
Yeah, let me take you to this one first. The name Mr. Big Shot.
Yeah.
Most people don't know how it happened. So I signed in Detroit the year before Chucky Atkins is their starting point guard. Rick Carlisle's the coach.
I remember that.
And Chucky's my man. That's one of my closest dudes right now.
Yeah.
So Chucky was he was the year before when I was in Minnesota. He had some really big fourth quarters. He hit a lot of big shots. So when I get there, I'm starting, but for like the first month or so, like Rick is playing Chucky to finish the games. So it was just kind of weird to me. I'm like, okay, we'll see how it play out. But I'm hooping.
Yeah.
So I went to Rick's office one day, and I said, Rick, let me ask you a question. Because I really don't understand.
Right.
I'm the only point guard in the league that starts, that's playing well, that don't finish the games.
Yeah.
What's up? He said, Chance, you're right. He said, Chucky hit so many big shots for us last year. He's been so good in the fourth quarters. I just been so comfortable with him, you know. And I said, okay, that's cool. I seen some of them shots he hit. I said, but I did the same thing last year, which is why y'all signed me.
Right.
So you at least got to
give me a chance.
Seen.
Yeah.
He said, Chance, you're right. Over the next 2.5 weeks, I hit 5 game winners.
Wow.
3-2, game.
Clutch.
Got it.
And during that time is when Rick Mahorn named Mr. Big Shot, whatever.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And it just stuck, you know.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's funny. A lot of people don't know how that went down. And I remember going back after this little time. I went
Back to
in
coach, right?
I went back in there with Rick.
Yeah.
I said, Coach. He said, Chauncey, you don't got to say nothing. He was right. I said, God damn. So you tell me if I ain't say nothing, we would have went all this year?
Yeah.
Without you putting me in the fourth quarter to close it out.
This?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I know. That's Chauncey's my bad. I said, no, I ain't, whatever, but damn. So that's how that happened. But fast forward to next year, because Rick wasn't there. Larry Brown got the job at the start of that next season. And it's so funny because one of my college coaches he always told me, you need to play for Larry Brown.
Right.
One day. I'm like, why do I need to play for Larry Brown? Larry Brown is notoriously really tough on point guards.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of long days, man. A lot of long days. I can remember my fourth or fifth game playing for him. We on the road in L.A. playing the Clippers. I had a great game, man, which I thought I had like 29, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Two turnovers. Hit the shot to win. It was incredible. Right. We happy running through the tunnel. I look back. He walking through the tunnel like in just disgust. So I go back. I'm like, "What's up, LB? What's up? You all right?"
Right.
Dude looked me in my eyes, bro. He said, "You got no idea how to play this position for me."
Wow.
Literally, bro.
29, 10, and 2.
29, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 turnovers. And hit the shot to win it.
And he said, you have no idea to play this position for me. Wow.
What made you put the knife in your tongue to just shut up and say, like, look,
this
man.
is him. So I said, LB, I don't even know what that means, but I said, but I tell you what.
But on paper.
I tell you what. You ain't about to fuck my night up tonight. But tomorrow we're going to talk about that. He was like, all right. And literally, bro, like what I ended up realizing was he's never coached a scoring point guard. If you can remember, AI was a point guard his rookie year.
Yeah. But he moved him off.
LB took over. He slid to the 2.
Yeah.
They got Eric Snow.
Yeah.
He coached Eric Snow. He coached Kevin Ollie. He coached Mark Jackson. He coached all these like guards that they don't really score.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was our challenge, but I learned so much from him, and I what I say to people is he taught me how to go from being a scoring point guard to a point guard that can score.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like I ain't looking to score all the time. I'm looking to make sure, okay, all right, watch out now, it's on me. Instead of just I'm coming down trying to get busy.
Right.
And it changed not only my game, but it changed how good we could be.
Yeah.
And we took off. We took off after that.
Man, Chauncey, just kind of hearing you talk and just hearing your journey. Everything happened the way it was supposed to happen in order to prepare you to get to the point to hold up that MVP trophy.
No doubt.
Like, dude, like you was groomed for this. And I'm pretty sure in your 20s, your early 20s, you're looking like, man, I'm not getting the time. I'm just going from team to team. I'm this to this. But those lessons you got from Chucky Atkins, you know what I mean? You got from Terrell Brandon. You got from Coach Brown. You got from Coach Patino. Like, yo, you have been in a position to where, like, yo, it's a perfect testament of it's not where you're at now. It's where you end up. And taking the lessons that you're getting now and being ready when it's your time.
Yeah. No doubt. I mean, I pull from all of those lessons and my entire time, man, even to now. you know, when I'm coaching, bro. Like, I've been every single player on that bench.
Yeah.
I've been the best player.
Right.
I've been the second best dude. I've been a sixth man at one point when I was in Minnesota coming off behind TB. I've been hurt, injured, not playing out for the city. I've been every player on the bench, on the team. And so I could speak to whoever, wherever they at, you know, and keep it funky with them too. Like
Absolutely.
I don't do no lying to the players. I don't do that.
That's dope.
I hated playing for coaches that lie. I don't do no lying to them.
Yeah.
So they respect that, you know, but it's that journey that prepared me. You feel me?
Damn, child.
And that's what's dope because, my bad, Cole.
That's so good.
Because that's the story, right? Like, kid fantasy of like the Cinderella. I don't want to say Cinderella story, but you live in a movie, man, because you've been at the top, faced adversity, figured it out, stuck with it. You know, at the bottom, I didn't expect it to be like this because I've always, you know, excelled and didn't have to really go through the hardships. And then climb back up to make it. That's the story, man. That's what's so dope about you, is that what you just said, relatability with players. And I think that leads into you now being a coach, right? Like, you keep it funky with the players. They relate to you because, one, they trying to be where you've been. You've been a champion, finals MVP. You know the game. You love it. You study it. You don't cheat it. Like, there's no cutting corners with you. Like, you're going to do the process, and then you'll get the results. Tell us, naturally, you were built to be a coach, a leader. What do you like so much about being in the position you are now?
Yeah. It's funny because I know most of my years I never thought that I would be a coach for the most part.
Really?
I was gearing towards being a GM or the president. And then when I started doing most of my recon on like the difference, I talked to everybody that's done both, Pop and Steve Kerr and Doc Rivers, and talked to everybody that's done one or the other or both. And what I found, I always felt like my best gift is like being able to pour into, whether it was my teammates at the time or people, every day. Every day. Every day we own something. And so what I found when I was doing all the due diligence on which one is the GM can't do that with the players every day.
Right.
He's a little disconnected from it.
Yeah.
The coach does that. So I said, okay, I'm gonna be a coach then.
That's your skill set.
That's what I do.
Yep.
That's what I'm the best at.
You make it gel together.
Put them together, you know. And so, it's perfect. I feel like I've been coaching all forever, you know.
But you have though.
I have.
That's what I'm
coached
saying.
you that day when you
Absolutely,
I was
yeah.
coaching you.
Absolutely, you were.
You know what I mean? Like I always put more in it than anybody on my team, and so because of that, like when such and such don't know the matchup or don't know his tendencies, I already know it. I can help him. I ain't just watching who I'm guarding. I'm watching that format. Oh, he like to go right, spin back every time you can swipe. I'm telling my big man that he don't know. He ain't studied it. I studied it.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is what I've been on forever. And so the adjustment has been pretty easy as far as that's concerned. You know, there's just so much more to deal with when you're a coach. But the basketball part, man, that was easy. That's just what I do.
Man,
That's what you love.
And that's the thing. I love having these basketball talks, man. Especially having you here, man. So it's funny. I saw a interview with Rashid.
Yeah.
And
My dog.
he was talking about after y'all won the finals. He was like, "Yo, we kicked it. We went to my house." he said we stayed at the arena for a while. Then he went to my house. He said that whole night I kept my uniform on.
He did.
Chauncey, did you at least take the time to take your uniform off?
I took my uniform off. But you know what I didn't do? It's crazy. You know what I didn't do? I never made it to the locker room. You know how everybody be in there.
Yeah.
I never made it to the locker room.
You never did?
Until like that was all over, bro. I'm with my fam, I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then I got to do all the media stuff, and then I got to, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time I got back there, all that was over.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
So, I showered and I did all that. I at least took that off.
Remember, she was like, yo, I was on them trees.
Oh, for sure.
And he said, do we literally
down.
party? He said, do we party at the Palace?
The whole night, bro.
The whole night.
Until we
That's
went
crazy.
to Shee's house.
Yeah.
And they was mad at me because, y'all know I don't drink. I don't
Right.
drink, smoke, whatever. And so I told them if we won, I'm going to have a drink with y'all.
Right. That's why he was
So
out. He didn't want to go to the locker room because he was
I
like,
didn't, bro, because I was like, man, I want to remember all this shit. I ain't about to get drunk with y'all motherfuckers, man. And then I forgot what. You know how hard I want to get to this shit.
I hear you. I hear you.
We'll
I
do
hear
that
you.
another time, bro.
No,
Not tonight.
absolutely.
But
No, that's dope.
that was crazy.
Man, Chauncey, what does leadership mean to you? It means to be a leader.
Leadership means to me somebody that's willing to stand up in front of whatever. Good times, bad times, have tough conversations. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. But more than anything, hold my own self accountable before I can even try to lead you or lead you. That's kind of what I always been on, being vocal, because leadership is different. Some people are not that vocal, but they're really good leaders.
Yeah.
I feel like I can lead by example. I can lead with my voice. I lead with my presence. Yeah. And I just, I've always taken a lot of pride in leading.
Let me ask you something, man, because you're so even keel, calm. Like there's not like ultra highs or ultra lows. Like you stay level no matter what's going on. Has there been a moment as a coach where you just like threw the clipboard down and it was like, God damn it, like they not listening, or just
I get mad. I get mad for sure, but I ain't like did that. But yeah, I done for sure been in that locker room calling people out.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a part of it.
Okay.
That's a part of it. I'm definitely on that. Because that's just how I love though. You know what I mean? Like that's how I do it. I'm gonna be honest. And if y'all ain't doing it, I'm gonna let y'all know. But when y'all doing it, I'm gonna let you know. And so that's just kind of how I do it. But yeah, I'm a cool, even dude. But in competition, that's what most people would tell you at all times. Like y'all see him, but in competition, I'm a different dude.
Yeah.
But you always been. I know you talk shit. Like I know, but you so smooth with it. It'd be like, yo. Oh, you might cross somebody and then you just hit them, drop them off at the bus stop, and you be like, "Yo, man, good D, but that's just a better shot, man. Maybe next time." Like you never
real
was
Tim
just,
Duncan-ish.
like,
Real Tim
yeah, a little
Duncan-ish.
bit, but a little more swag in there. But
Yeah.
you never really got in a guy's face.
I never was a big shit talker. I just never was. Like I'm gonna come and do my thing, bro. But if you on that,
then we can go there.
then let's rock. But,
Man, top 5 shit talkers in the
I ain't
league,
know
man.
that. When I played,
When you played. Top 3. Let's go top 3.
GP
Okay.
is number 1. Yeah, G is number 1. G is nut, man. I would say GP, KG.
Yeah.
Even though most of the time KG's talking to itself. When he be cussing
Just like that
his own
dude's crazy.
He cussing his own self out. She talk a lot of shit, but obviously we was on the same team.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce talked. P. Pierce talked a lot.
Wow.
Paul do?
Yeah,
Really?
Hell yeah. P talked a lot of shit since high school. P been
Man,
yeah.
man, Chauncey, but the one thing I can say a lot of people, not just gonna say a lot of people respect from you is the fact that you never, and Rodney talked about it on the show he was on with us. He said, man, my brother never gave me nothing. He always showed me love, but he always made me earn everything I've gotten, right?
Right.
So what did Rodney do to make you say, you know what, but you're ready to come to this NBA and come join me and come help me out what I'm doing? Because that's work, man. Like, you know, it wasn't just this, it wasn't just this.
Like you're my brother, so
yeah, like what is that called? Like
nepotism.
Yeah, it was this nepotism thing. It was like, yo, he belongs here.
Yeah, he you know, I've always been, you know, sensitive and to the fact that I know it's always tough for him.
Yeah.
Because growing up under me, you know, and being my younger brother, obviously the expectation is going to be tough.
Yep.
And so I knew it would always going to be tough for him, you know, and he ain't my height, and if he was, he would have been in the NBA 15 years.
Yeah.
But I was always very sensitive to that. But I also, the way that I feel, period, whether it's family, friends, homeboys, whatever, like, you're going to have to work, bro, because what sense does it make for me to have put in all this hard work? I didn't work like a motherfucker, man. I'm talking about I didn't put in all the work.
Yeah.
I do the work, and then I give it to you.
Yeah.
Without you doing the work.
Yeah.
I'm disrespecting myself for that.
Mm.
And so I've always felt that way. And I always, from a very young age, I always wanted to set him up for success through his work.
Yeah.
Being my brother might get you in the door, but that ain't gonna keep you there.
Yeah.
So if you're not ready to work and you're not ready to really, you know, put your hard hat on, you won't be there that long. And so him putting his time in, being assistant coach at CU, then him going to DU, I mean, me watching his maturation and watching him grow, his voice, his confidence, everything was just incredible. And so when I hired him, it's so funny. When I hired him, it's crazy because I'm like, this dude been coaching 10 years longer than I have.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
ain't
I
even
was
been
gonna say.
coaching.
Right, exactly.
So I'm really learning things from him too.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As I'm on the job doing my thing, I'm really learning shit from Stick.
Yeah.
Because he's good. He's thorough. He's hard working. The motherfucker, he at the gym. I mean, he's
Always
the same
has
dude.
been. Yeah.
And so I knew he was ready for it, and it's crazy. I've been so proud. I mean, just his confidence right now today from when I hired him 2 years ago, he's a completely different coach already still. This dude he's gonna be a star.
Man, yo, but shout out to Stick,
really
man.
Absolutely.
Because you know, he's grind, and you know, that's so admirable, man. Because
It really is.
when he sat with us, you know, he was like, yeah, he basically said, he echoed what you said. My brother got me in the room, but I had to do the work. And I had no problem doing the work because everybody had. And then Sean kind of chimed in and said, hey, man, we come from a family where it's like, hey, you eat what you kill. Like, this is just how we roll.
Bro.
You know, and man, you know, yeah, like that's so admirable. It wasn't like, yo, but you my little brother, you're just gonna get along for the ride. And when he came and sat with us, he was just so appreciative of just the experience. So I know as an older brother to see him rise to be starting doing video at CU.
Got to be
Like he went the traditional route of coaching.
Absolutely.
Like it's funny. Like I'm just on the radio. They're talking about like a lot of these coaches. They asked. I want to say Mark Schlereth about. I think it was Mark Schlereth. I could be wrong. About what do they feel about these ex-players coming as coaches, skipping the process, skipping being the video guy, being the player personnel guy, being whatever, maybe scout or whatever, and then kind of working your way up through the ranks to ultimately become the head coach, i.e. Deion, right? But Deion's just one-on-one, right? But then you have a Rodney who says, yo, I have a brother who's been in the league, blah, blah, blah. He's a head coach. But I've done every job.
Yep.
Everything.
Yes, man.
The same way as a player, you can say, I've been every player on that bench.
Yep.
That's quite unique, man.
That is.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I'm proud of Stick, man. He doing his thing. He gonna be in that top seat again. You know that.
Man,
Absolutely.
Stick, shout out to you, Stick, man. Shout out to you.
Well, real quick, we got the this or that segment. So got a little game for you, putting you in the hot seat as far as how this goes.
Hot seat.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot.
So with this or that, you only get to choose one or the other. You can't give context of why you chose it, though.
You can't?
You cannot.
Okay.
And you could pass if you want to.
There's no consequences.
No consequences. Like, we're not going to make you take a shot or
Do some push-ups or some shit like that. No.
So, first question. Stephen A. Smith or Shannon Sharp?
Ooh, both my dogs, too. Stephen A.
All right. I know this one. Tupac, well, maybe not. Tupac or Biggie?
Pac.
Nas or Jay-Z?
Jay.
Magic Johnson or
Magic.
Michael Jordan?
Magic. My all-time favorite. Even though Jordan's the best, Magic my all-time favorite.
That's why I threw it out there. I'm doing my homework, man. Game-winning shot or game-saving steal?
Game-winning shot.
Break ankles or head tap?
Ankles.
Denver Nuggets or Denver Broncos?
Oh, shit. That's too easy. Broncos. Broncos.
John Elway or Tom Brady?
Elway.
Number 4 or number 1?
Number 4.
Smooth or Mr. Big Shot?
Ooh. Smooth, because it's from my hood.
Yeah.
All right. Gilly or Wallow?
Oh, man. Two more of my dogs. Gilly.
All right. All the Smoke or this.podcast?
Come on, man. How I feel about my hood, man. You know what it is. I'm staying right here. You know what's up.
Yo, I got one. Max or Pimps?
Pimp. Come on, man.
Thanks for playing, Johnson.
That's too easy, man. I thought y'all had some hard shit. I thought y'all had some hard ones.
Oh,
man.
okay. I got one last one. The Battle of the Wallaces, Ben or Rashid? And you can pass.
That's a good one, man. Damn, they so different, bro.
Polar opposites,
It's two opposites.
but heartbeats.
Ben, though. I would say Ben, though.
All right.
I would say Ben, though.
Right
Why?
on,
I tell She this all the time. She the type of motherfucker that he if she cared more, he would have been the best power forward in the history.
Why did so what was it though, Chance? Was it work ethic or was it?
She is the dude. This is a prime example. We might lose. Say we lost one year in the Eastern Finals, Game 6. She didn't touch a basketball until the first day of training camp. But that's every year though.
Really?
Hell yeah. So it takes She 3 months to get in shape. He ain't in shape until All-Star break.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
Every year.
Never fails. Like,
Every year, bro.
Was y'all pissed out? Was y'all like, come
Hell
on, man?
yeah. We'd be mad as hell.
He'd be like, man, whatever.
He don't care, bro. He like, yo, what the fuck you mean? Ain't you supposed to get in shape in training camp? I'm like, no, motherfucker, no. You supposed to get in shape
Come
before you
in
get
shape.
here.
Man, Sean. So I gotta say, man. You know, when LeBron finally won that bubble championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just made me a LeBron believer. I'm so like rock solid behind Bron. And man, you were there when I don't know if that's the universal opinion on LeBron's full coming out party in terms of saying like, look, I'm putting this team on my back because I got over the hump of the Pistons.
That game when he had 25 straight?
Yeah. Yo, what was it like being there and watching that young man do that?
You know, that shit was so crazy because before that, like, we was always like his big brother.
Yeah.
he couldn't get through us.
Yeah.
Well, the summer before that, what people never talk about was Ben signed and went to Chicago. So that was all them highlights y'all seen, Ben wasn't on our team no more.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
But that game, man, it was crazy, dog. Like, first he started cooking Tayshaun, right? We like, damn. Rip said, let me get him. Rip take him. Cook Rip. I said, man, let me take that motherfucker. So I'm like, I'm just pressuring.
Yeah.
Cook me. We trapped him. We tried to flagrant him. We did everything we could. I remember sitting in the locker room after that. I said, young boy finally figured this out.
Man.
Damn.
It's a wrap.
It was a wrap after that.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to beat him now.
Goodness.
Straight up. We had won the first 2 games. We was up 2-0 in the series. They beat us 4 straight.
Right.
Yeah.
That was the 3rd game they beat us, and then we had to go to Cleveland. I said, man, he done figured us out now. God, dang, that shit was unbelievable, man.
But can we speak
crazy.
Can we speak to the great? So I think he's so great. I think he's so great that the expectation is so high for him that it's damn near like he can never be right. It's like
I would say this: when he was coming in to the league, I felt bad for him because I was like, "There's no way this dude's gonna be able to live up to this, man. This is crazy, man."
Right.
And not only did he live up to it, he shattered everything we thought could happen. And nobody's been more scrutinized than this dude.
Yeah.
He come from nothing, hood dude, man.
Right.
Hood dude, but you ain't never heard him he don't get in no trouble. Like, you don't hear nothing about this dude.
No blemishes at all.
He's been incredible, man. Like what Bron has done, man. It's been remarkable, man. I'm so proud of him. He's a grown man. He handles his business. His homies his own. It's incredible, and that's just off the court. But on the court, I mean, this dude is just incredible, man. I've been blessed really to be really kind of a part of his journey the whole time. You know, been seeing it the whole way through.
Yeah.
I remember we played. I met him. Cleveland and Detroit is like brothers and sisters. So he used to come to our playoff games and shit when he was in high school. So we befriended him. I know him before. So when he gets drafted to Cleveland, he played against us in his first preseason game.
Got it.
And so I was like, you know what? I'm really gonna challenge. I'm gonna challenge this motherfucker tonight. I want to see what he about. I really want to see. They was playing him at the point, so I'm like, perfect. I ain't even know dude that pickup full.
Right.
So I'm picking this young motherfucker up tonight because I really wanted to see what was in there.
Right.
Man, he didn't play great, but he was solid, but he ain't back down. He didn't whine. I was fouling him hard and shit. He wasn't crying. I said, man, this motherfucker's for real, man. He gonna be a dude. He gonna be a dude. After that game, I said, he gonna be a dude.
Yeah.
Because I went to challenge him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To see, like, I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I want to see what he's about.
Came out there, I said, yep, he the one.
You ready?
He the one.
Well, speaking of that, another one is Coach Deion.
Prime, baby.
Yeah, up in CU, alma mater for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And
Doing it.
y'all have been, I imagine y'all have relationships before as far as knowing each other, but now, he's helped you out as far as the Porter Billups Foundations, and I want to talk about that. But tell us about the excitement you have for Coach Deion being at CU, man.
Yeah, I mean, for one, I was just so surprised that they was able to get him. And when they did, I said, it's going to take a little time, but it's never going to be the same again up there.
Yeah.
Because what he could do when you talk about leadership, and one thing he's the guru at is all these players now worry so much about their brand and exposure, and he's unmatched when it comes to those things. But he's just a great leader, man. I've been so happy for him, and obviously, you know, that's my man, and we got a real close relationship. But we learn from each other. It's funny when we sitting around chopping, like,
what's that conversation
talk,
like?
He want to talk hoop. I'm talking football. We just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He always want to brag about how he got his name Prime and shit. He said he got it from. He said, no, I really got it from hooping. Really? That's when I really started calling me Prime when I was hooping.
It's the dunk contest. You know the dunk
get
contest.
the hell out of here, man. But nah, I've been excited to see it. I mean, we haven't seen this type of phenomenon in college football.
Nope.
I don't remember it ever.
Ever.
So when you talk about me as a coach, I know how hard it is to change culture. I know how long it takes.
Right.
What he's done in this little amount of time is unheard of. Yeah. It's unheard of. It just can't. It doesn't happen. And it's legit and it's real. Mm-hmm. You know. And when I go up there and I watch practice with him, I'm on the field with him and I'm watching him and I'm looking at. I want to hear what he's saying. I want to know what he's looking at because I don't know football. Like, I don't know. I love it. It's my favorite sport to watch. Even now, I'd rather watch football than basketball. But I don't know the intricacies of it. Yeah. And you know, I'm on that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So when I'm watching the practice with him and he watching these players and he's showing me what they doing, that's when I said, oh, he all in next level.
Because you're looking for the why.
Period.
Because you're a coach. You're like,
period.
Okay, like why is it? Why are they doing this drill?
Period.
Why are they doing this? You know, why are they running this plays? Like, why are they drilling this the way it is? Because you're looking at it from a culture perspective, even though you're a basketball guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, Prime has been incredible, man. It's been fun watching him, man. He's made everybody that went to see you, everybody that is in Colorado, he's made us all proud already.
Oh, has he given you any
off the top?
Has he given you any advice?
You know, not really, man. Not really. He hasn't really given me any like kind of coaching advice or whatever. Most of the things that we do when we talk about, you'll get it through what we're talking about. Yeah. And it's not really angled at you. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm big on that. Any conversations or, you know, anytime I spend time with somebody, I always listen and I listen to take it in. But also, I replay the tapes when I'm at home. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to be like, damn, he really okay, that's what he was on. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm that dude.
Got it.
And so yeah, not really, but man, just watching him and what he does and how he inspires these dudes and how he gives these guys confidence. It's been incredible.
That's awesome.
I got one question. As a football player, he was the man.
Yeah.
Everybody grew up wanting to be Deion. Does it mean more that he's at CU?
Well, it does for me because the funny thing about it is my interest in going to CU came from watching Eric Bieniemy and Deion Hagan and that was
McCartney had him
that
going.
Was my thing. That was why I was like, damn, CU is cracking. Yeah, absolutely. It was about the football team. Yeah, and so to have Prime here with the football team, it definitely means a lot more, you know, to me for sure. It's just like, damn. You never would have thought, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that was national championship when we beat Notre Dame, Rocket Ishmael and Darian Hagan, Bieniemy.
They was cold.
Those were the golden years, man.
Davis McGee, they was cold.
They was cold-blooded.
Man, so I know we don't got much time, but just thinking about the Book of McCartney, the 30 and 30 that ESPN did on Coach McCartney with CU. And they talked about the racial tension up at CU. It was funny, Chauncey. I was heavily recruited by CU, and I really contemplated on going because I remember, man, Rick Neuheisel, Coach Gregory, who coached at Montbello, was one of the assistant coaches up there. He's the one that specifically recruited me, and I was like, man, I would go down there all the time. I would get tickets every week, and I'd be like, dude, this is okay. Right. But then I remember my mom begged me not to go to CU. She just felt like, she was just like, just racially it ain't right down there. You know, on the surface it presents as really liberal. it presents as really welcoming. But my mom just had a bad feeling about it. So I just took it off my list. But with that being said, man, like, what was the experience like as a black man on campus in Boulder?
Funny story for you. So the coach that recruited me is now one of my best friends and mentors, Ricardo Patton.
Yeah.
Shout out to
He
Ricardo.
was the assistant when I went there.
Yeah.
He became the head, but he was assistant. My very first day of class, I go to class. Class is 500 people.
Mm.
There's 2 black people.
Wow.
Me and another dude that was way on the other side that I didn't know him. This is funny, man. So I'm 10 minutes into class. I walk out the class, walk across the campus, to Coach Patton's office. I'm like, yo, you gotta get me out of this class, bro. This is crazy. I'm like, man, it's 500 people in there. It is 2 black people in there.
Right.
I said, Coach, you gotta get me out of here, man.
Yeah.
He played me. He was so cold. He said, yeah, what, did something happen? I said, nah, nothing happened. It's just 2.
I feel like something's about to happen.
He said, did somebody say something to you? I said, nah, man. He said, how long did it take you to get over here? I said, man, probably 7 minutes. I don't know. He said, well, you got 7 minutes to get back in that class.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't taking you out of that motherfucking class, man. No, that's what this is all about.
It's the world.
This is what you're going to have to learn how to deal with.
Yep.
I'll see you at practice at 3:30.
There you
At
go.
that time, bro, just think about it. These motherfuckers ain't told me no to nothing.
Yeah.
I'm McDonald's All-American. I'm the biggest recruit they ever had. Everything is yes.
Absolutely.
That was a big moment for me. It just taught me so much, and I thank him today for doing that.
Yep.
But to answer your question, Court, like, I didn't feel it was cool, but it's also different from me. You know, I don't judge people on how they treat me, because they're usually gonna treat me, differently. So I was like a star on the campus and everywhere. Like, people was never gonna treat me tricky.
Yeah.
But like maybe some of my teammates that they didn't know, or students that was just there, I judge it on how they treat them. And I didn't have a bad experience naturally.
Okay.
It was all good for me. But I would hear things, but it was nothing really crazy.
Okay.
It was nothing really crazy. It was kind of normal stuff, but which sucks that's kind of normal sometimes.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear too much about how bad it was, bro. Most of the people that were, that were black that went there at the time, they was cool. They wasn't.
Okay.
They didn't have bad experiences.
Welcome and embrace.
Yeah, they was cool.
Man, Chauncey, you shocked the hood when we was at Skyland Recreation Center at your signing day. All roads, everybody thought led to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
1,000%.
And you pulled the CU hat out.
Dog.
And everybody was like, I just remember it was a gasp in the room, like, what?
we was excited, and I was a Georgia Tech fan because Travis Best.
Yeah.
He just left. Steph was talking about going there, so it was like going to be the dynamic duo.
Yes.
And we were like, he's going to Georgia Tech.
That's
you
where
know
he's
what I
going.
mean?
Talk us through that.
That's funny. So when I narrowed it down to 5, it was Georgia Tech, Kansas, Michigan, Arizona, UCLA. CU wasn't even in my top 5. So I never even visited CU, but I was going up there all the time. Fred was on the team, so I was going up there and I would hoop with the team, and obviously Coach Patton was recruiting me very hard. So I didn't really visit. But my senior year of high school, so at the start of my senior year, my grandmother passed. At the end of my senior year, my grandfather passed. And so when I started making these visits and coming home, I could tell that my mom was just like, like she didn't want me to leave.
Yeah.
So I took a couple visits. I just said, fuck it. I want to have my press conference next week. So we set the press conference up. CU didn't even know. Nobody knew. So I'm like, I do my thing. I say, boom, I'm going to Colorado. Everybody's like, what?
So if the coaches
Colorado.
didn't know, what happened immediately after you said, I'm going to Colorado?
Man, them people, man, by the time I got home from the center, Coach Pete, Coach Pat, Coach Harrington, Pat, they was on their way over. It was crazy, bro. But really, though, for real, I got myself to a point where I said, I felt my mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, I feel it. She would never tell me to stay nuts. She would never say nothing, bro. But I felt it in my chest. And so when I did what I did, I put myself and I said, the good thing about CU is if I don't make it, it's because I wasn't good enough. Nothing else could be in the way.
Got it.
I heard I wasn't good enough. And that ain't about to happen.
Got it.
So I'm going to go do what I do. And if it's meant for me to make it, I'm going to make it. And so that's the mind frame that I put myself in, you know, and I chose her, you know what I'm saying? And everybody, it was funny, man. People was mad as hell.
Dude, I was there.
Everybody
I was there.
Yeah, bro. People was like, wait, what did this
See
do?
you?
See you. They was like, see you.
But then again, you did the unbelievable. Carried the team to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, that was my goal.
Beat Indiana because they were expecting Indiana to beat CU so that could play UNC.
Yep.
Dean Smith, it was going to be his record breaker. And you interrupted all that. You know what I mean? Indiana came in there, thought it was sweet. They got a little bit of that CB4, and then next thing you know, out the tournament.
Out the tournament, bro.
Cooked them. It was like, I'll see you later.
North Carolina was the #1 seed in the whole tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
So, obviously, they set it up for Bobby Knight, Dean Smith. We watched Bobby Knight now. And then we play North Carolina. Now, they better than us. These dudes, they got 5-7 McDonald's all them. They're the better team.
It was like Vince
But
Carter.
we don't care about that. It was Vince, Twan, and they was nice.
Got it.
Yeah. But we don't care about that. We goons. We pressing. We out here. We out here.
Right.
Yeah.
We up 1 at the half. Man.
That second half of the refs stepped
North Carolina, they got all their former players there. They got everything. Bro, that whistle got so tricky. I said,
Oh, yeah.
like, this is it.
I said, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I can't, man, I'm gone. After that, I said, I'm gone. I ain't coming back to college, bro.
All right, man. A few things.
But nah, that was fun, though.
Yeah, you was doing it. Man, the state, you had the state rocking. It was electric.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun time, bro.
We had our #4 CU gold.
Yeah.
It was the gold.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? With the pin, not
No
the
black,
pinstripe, but the stripes on the side. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, you
Man,
had rocking.
Man, so before we go, we had Eddie Gill on the show. And we talked to him about the Malice in the Palace. And I think the question that we asked him specifically was, when it was all over, what was you thinking about in terms of fines? Did that even cross your mind? He was like, yo, I called my agent immediately. It was like, yo, how much this gonna cost me? He was like, dude, I wasn't even involved in that.
Well, Eddie was on a different level than this man.
Yeah.
He's not going to worry about
so that's
the
my
fine.
question.
Yeah.
So that's my question. And when you see the footage, Big Shot ain't nowhere near
Zero. Nowhere.
So what? So I think for me, like, what was that thing in your brain to say? I love y'all, but I ain't going up in the goddamn stage.
It was simple. The biggest thing was once I knew that the players wasn't fighting each other, it ain't us against them.
Yeah.
man, I ain't. What? I'm out of it. Like, what we doing? Like, if we fight, then we all got to get down.
Yeah.
We not fighting.
Yeah.
Man, what we doing? I ain't losing no money for that. You know
What we
I'm
talking
saying?
about?
So it was over. It was over for me, but that was a wild night. But you know what I always say? It wouldn't have been none of that if Ron would have just fought the dude who wanted to fight him. It wouldn't have been no melee. It wouldn't have been no malice. It would have been
100%.
We'd have gave everybody what they wanted to see.
Mano y mano.
Ron and Ben.
That's it.
But he didn't want that smoke.
I mean, Ben was
a different dude, man.
But they both are.
No, absolutely.
I'm telling
absolutely.
you, Ron is that too, though.
Ron is.
But
Ron is.
he said, nah, I pass. Just think about it. That plastic cup right there on that thing, a dude grabbed and wrapped you around your neck and pushed you.
100.
And you said, I'm going to go chill.
That plastic.
And then somebody threw a cup that can't hurt nothing. And motherfucker went crazy. I said, nah. I'm not getting this. What am I getting this for? We out of that.
Yeah, when you get with Ben, that's a long night, man.
Nah, that is a long night.
That's a long night.
Ron's
You get.
a beast too, though.
He
He's a
is.
beast,
I'm
too.
not, but you know.
It's a long night. With
Man,
him,
but I'm
too.
just thinking
He
about the money.
Yeah.
The money
Yeah,
in
spent on that.
the suspensions.
Yeah, man. And they team was good. When I tell you they was good, bro, they was our best competitor.
And that's
at
what
that
Eddie
time,
said. That's
yeah.
what Eddie. So Eddie said that they
was
were
all that.
they were on the cusp.
They really were.
He
bro.
said they were on the cusp when that happened.
They kicked our ass that night. When they was up 20-something, the game was over.
It was.
They were so good. We were the same, just a gang of like just goons.
Yeah.
Right.
But they didn't have they was just wild. You know what I'm saying?
They wasn't
We
strong
was wild,
mentally.
but still had some discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have no discipline.
But y'all had a lot of discipline. Because even when Rasheed would get kind of wild, at least you guys could reel him in. The
Yes.
players can bring him in.
Yes.
It wasn't like he just goes wild and then he just didn't disregard everybody.
Yeah, no.
He at
for
least listened to y'all. And I think that's what ultimately got y'all the championship.
It is.
Because y'all were such
Yeah.
a disciplined team.
No
and
question,
everybody
No question.
and like, you know what, man, I think Melo catches a lot of flack. You know what I mean? It's just about, I think his whole career is a mixed bag. You know what I mean? Only because he left Denver. I think people from the Denver perspective, we're so resentful for that. You know what I mean? That he left here, right? But if he had went, James was with me. You were with me in Chipotle.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw Kiki Vandeweghe, we saw Kiki Vandeweghe. Was that your?
Oh yeah.
We were in Chipotle. We saw Kiki Vandeweghe, and I said, "Man, please pick Melo." Because remember, the whole thing was Melo was going to Detroit, and if Melo would have went with y'all, his career would have went a total different. Because he would have went through the same. Just think, he would have had the master class of what you got.
Absolutely.
In different spots. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been, we would have probably won at least 3 chips. Man, if Melo would have, and by the way, the night of the draft, we all knew he was coming to Detroit.
Yeah.
Even him. We knew, we all thought he coming to Detroit, we about to get Melo. It's about to be, oof. I don't know what happened, bro.
That would have changed the trajectory even because that rookie year, Melo was making a case even in Denver to be rookie of the year.
Yeah.
And if he would have got with y'all, like that'd have been different.
Who's coming off the bench though?
different.
Tayshaun or Melo?
Tay would have been easy. Tay would have been. He wouldn't even been tripping on that. He wouldn't even been tripping. But
So Tay would have came off the bench to be the 6th man, and Melo would have.
Could you imagine that squad, man?
Y'all had, but see, y'all had to, but y'all had to honestly just thinking of sports in its totality, right? The makeup of y'all team was like a coach's dream. Cause Tayshaun Prince, just looking for, like, I don't know him, but just looking at him from afar, it just felt like he was just like that guy's like, hey, I'm with whatever y'all need me to do.
that's him too, bro.
Yep.
That's at a young age too. As a rookie, he was on that.
Absolutely. then having you manage the team, closing the closer, Ben, she being able to stretch, Ben doing all the hard work, Rip, energy, being able to get shot without dribbling.
This is one thing most people don't talk about. So say if we would have gotten Melo, see, she wasn't on our team at the time.
That's
So we got Sheet at the deadline.
Yeah.
We got Sheet at the trade deadline.
That's right.
We get Melo, you know, who knows? We may not get Sheet.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? We may not get Sheet.
I forgot about that.
We start off the season like 16 and 12 or something. We struggled early with Larry, you know, trying to learn his system and stuff. So, I don't know. We may not get Sheet if we get.
Oh man,
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
different.
However, you also might not need him.
Right.
Now you don't have to. You start Melo at the 4, Tay at the 3. You cool. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, you can play with that.
However, but yeah, it's a lot that could have changed.
That's
man.
crazy,
It's a
man.
lot
That's
that coulda
crazy.
changed.
All right, man, my last Chauncey story. All right. I don't know if you can remember this, but this is crazy. So this is when I knew Chauncey was different. We played at Georgia at the same time, and, you know, he's big bro. He's who he is, the cachet. Somehow needed a ride home. Chauncey was available to take us home. So if you know how Monaco is, and this is when Chauncey had the maroon Cherokee with the subs in the back.
I thought you was gonna say the Grand Am, the blue Grand Am.
98.
Nah. He had that Cherokee.
Longest Texas.
So if you know Monaco, it's just 2 one-way streets with like park in the middle. We on our way home, and this man likes to drive fast. So if you know, like, you know how you're trying to catch the light with the peripheral, like, all right, it's about to turn green going north and south or east and west. I keeps going without slowing down, you know, because it's turning green, yellow light, etc. He's doing that. The only thing is, if you know Monaco, one, at a certain time, there's cars parked there, right? So it's like just the 2 lanes, you really can't go around a car. There was a car sitting at the light right in front of it. He's timing the east-west light so that he can keep going without slowing down. The car's in front of us. He's driving like 40.
Down Monaco.
Down Monaco, and I see it, and he's not slowing down.
That's
then
pretty
you know,
reckless.
You know how you got that little arm, little thing you could grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he didn't slow down, and he was doing that. All right, I'm behind it. I'm gonna just go right around, park car right there. I'm gonna go right around and keep going. The light turned red going east-west, and it turned green. And the way we were going, this man at like 50. And I was like, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Hey,
Without a beat. And he was like, we was bumping like DMX, and he was just rolling. I said, all right, this guy's different. I get it. I get it.
no, Chomps was red man back then, in '95, man.
He was a little red man.
Chomps was red man. White walls, the white wall Cherokee.
That's
Hey, listen, if you saw the white wall Cherokee, you was like, oh yeah, that's
There's
Chomps
Chauncey.
right there.
There he is.
Nah, man, yeah.
With the beats in the back. Hey,
man.
but that's you know
beats in
what?
the back.
You know what's funny, man? That's the beauty of this, man. Is that now we're old.
Mm-hmm.
We're all from Park Hill. We've all had different life experiences, and then we could just sit back and just talk about what it was like, man. And that's the common thread. And that's why I was like, yo, we need to have Chauncey on the show.
Absolutely.
You know, because I just felt like, you know, we can have those conversations about what it was like when you was in high school, dog. You was a phenomenon. Like, dog. So
historic, man.
So, Chauncey, I gotta ask you, dog. I gotta ask you this. And I don't know if you want to end with this, Killer.
Yeah. Hit him with that question.
Let's end with this. Top five players from Denver. Here's the trick, though. You can't exclude yourself from that. So you really got 4.
Okay.
Top 5 players from Denver of all time.
What's that team look like?
Oh, yeah, at positions. Let's put them at positions.
If you know.
It's tough for me because there's so many players that I didn't see.
But that's what I'm saying. What you saw.
Oh, well, what I saw.
From your
okay.
from your POV. Because
saw.
your opinion holds weight.
Yeah. From what I saw, Johnny Reese.
At the point,
I mean,
what you playing then? Because you're in the top 5.
I'm the point. I'm the point.
So we taking Johnny Reese off of there.
Well, just give us your 5. Just give us your 5, including you. So you got 4.
5. So,
Okay, let's go.
So Johnny Reese.
Okay, shout out Johnny.
Who I got way high on the list, dog. Johnny was incredible, bro.
Johnny was.
Yes, he was.
Incredible. Mike Christian.
Mm.
And I was young watching. He would have been. He should have been pro.
Yeah.
Johnny, Mike Christian, Chucky, obviously.
Yeah.
You gotta put Chucky there. And
That last one
was
tough.
That last one is tough. Always was a big fan. I thought Damon Ashley was. I thought Damon should have.
Yeah.
He was so talented. This dude was.
Yeah.
I never seen nothing like him before. You know, at that size and that skill, especially being from here, I just never seen nothing like that.
But the universe gave it to his son, man.
Yeah.
Son got a shot.
Nice.
So I mean, I don't know. I probably missed somebody, but
That's solid.
I don't be. I mean,
Solid.
you know.
Solid.
That's
Solid.
solid.
Man.
I
Shout
know
out
y'all
to
be doing the debates and all that.
man, yo, but real talk, man. But shout out to Johnny. I just heard he turned 50.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, shout out to Johnny.
Hey, happy birthday to you,
man.
Johnny.
Absolutely.
Man, he's that man.
He's
That
a legend.
That manual team.
I really wish,
legend.
for real, on the real though, I really wish I could have played a couple years of high school against them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
Yeah, you was
My years.
a couple years
was,
after that.
You know, it wasn't very competitive.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could have played against some dudes and learned. I did in the summer times and stuff, but like man, them manual teams and Montbello teams with Tree and all, man, them dudes, man, they was so good.
Man,
I wanted to play against them.
You
bad.
can still cooking them in the
man,
pro-am, though, man.
But let's put this debate to bed. Because when I was at George, started at George, left George, went to Montbello. Everybody at the Bellows would be like, man, you know, Damon Germany used to give Chauncey some problems. Let's put this debate to bed right now, man.
People debating that?
Dude, am I tripping?
I've heard some people. It's mainly from the Bellows.
For the
though.
Bellows side, be
From the
like, hey,
Bellows.
man, you know, Damon Germany used to, you know.
Angel.
Hey,
I'll say this, bro.
if they want to put somebody on Chauncey.
It's funny. I seen Damien that night when I seen you at Manual.
Yeah.
Oh, he was
I
there?
seen him that day. I
Okay.
seen him that day. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him in a long time, but I mean, I had 25. It was a bad night.
He had 25, and it was a bad night.
But as y'all know, I joke about this, but they was playing a boxing one, but putting the whole box on me though.
No, absolutely. I remember
Not
that
the one,
game. Yeah,
motherfucker, the box.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, if he's the main point, but if I get around him, it's two people. I mean, what you want me to do?
Hey, man.
Hey.
Pull up from half court like you was doing.
Is that
pull
the
up,
day?
pull up from half court
Like
like
the
you
next
was doing.
game, did you have like 44? Was
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
On the strength of that, people saying that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember
Oh, so I'm
that's
not
what it
tripping.
cost him.
That's
Hey,
when he
hey,
hit him
hey,
with
so-
this in
so
the
I'm not-
paper. He was like,
So I'm not talking crazy when they saying Damon. When people try to say Damon Germany used to give Chauncey problems.
No, they definitely said that. That was that game that they said that when I had 25, I only had 25. They said that he locked me down, which he was a good defender though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. He was
Yeah.
a good defender. He played hard as hell.
Yeah.
But he had a little help. But the next game,
I remember
the
that.
help and all that, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap.
Hey, man, to Damon Germany, shout out to you. You're man. Listen, we're talking
He had
about
D, man. He had game.
No, but we're talking about
He did though.
Damon. We're talking about you today, man. You're a legend, man.
He did though.
Talking about you today.
All right, Chauncey, we're going to let you go. We're going to give you this final question.
It's probably Damo's question.
This is Damo's question. So in the spirit of Damo, did you have a good time tonight, man?
Man, I had a great time, man. I've been looking forward to doing this, dog.
Yeah.
I really have.
Appreciate that.
I done put a lot of podcasts on hold that I haven't done that's on my list. All the ones that we listen to every day.
Man,
I appreciate that.
I just
man.
haven't done them, but I've been looking forward to this, bro. So this is good, man.
Man, appreciate
you.
Appreciate
That feels good for you to say that, man.
Hell yeah,
For
means
sure.
a lot.
Sure.
So who would you recommend to come on this.podcast?
This is a local person? Or this is
Anybody.
Everybody.
Let's aim for the stars.
Let's go high. Let's go high.
Pun
Let's
intended.
manifest it. Let's put it out there.
Yeah.
Let's put it out there.
I mean, ain't nobody hotter than Prime right now.
Yeah.
That's
Ain't
what's
nobody
up.
hotter than Prime. Nobody.
No, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody on the planet
Nobody.
right now.
Shit, but look, hey, let's
Prime, we coming for you, man.
Prime, we come. Hey, Prime, man, we've been pretty good with the manifestations.
We have, man.
You know what I mean? Everybody we really felt like we truly wanted on the show. You know, that's from the Mike Johnston, the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's shit. Hell, Shay Kelly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chauncey.
Rodney.
Man, Squizzy, Rodney, all the
All
people
that.
that we put in our mind. Chauncey, honestly, all the people we put in our mind and said, like, yo, we want to sit down with them. Maybe it didn't happen in the time frame that we wanted it to happen, but it happened, man.
Yep. So
No, that's good, bro.
thanks, Chauncey, for coming on the show.
All
Mr.
good.
Big Shot, Smooth, Park Hill legend. Park Hill legend, man.
Legend.
Thank you for coming on
We
the
all
show,
are,
man.
We all are.
Legend.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you
Appreciate it,
never
man.
stumble upon the unexpected if you stick to the familiar. So go out there and change it up. Manifest it.
Be
And
smooth.
we out.
Be smooth.
Be smooth.
Be smooth.